Okay, ignorance is not bliss. Ignorance is not bliss because it can lead to confusion, sadness, which can lead to someone to feel disconnected from others.
If someone was aware when they were going to die, they would pack their lives more fully by accomplishing goals and experiencing memorable moments.
If someone was going to die, then, like, knowing they were going to die, although they could do whatever they wanted to do because, like, finish all their goals, they would still have to live with knowing that they're going to die, and they would still be depressed about knowing that they're going to die.
If they did not know that they were going to die, then they would live a happy life, and then once they died, they were dead. So.
But then they wouldn't know when they needed to accomplish their goals.
And then they might not even get to say goodbye to like their family.
Is that really
Well,
worth
It's always
being
nice
depressed?
knowing that they died happy.
We know that
But
we're
maybe,
gonna die,
like-
but we're not
Yeah, we
like
know.
sad all the time.
Yeah, because we know we're gonna die.
If you were told that you were going to die in 3 days, would you be depressed?
Not really.
Well,
'cause then I
you'd
could
wanna,
say
like-
goodbye and do all
Yeah.
this
Yeah.
fun stuff.
And then all the while be worrying, what's the time? What's the time? Do I have time to do this? Do I have time to do that?
Maybe not though.
I would. You'd be prepared though.
Well, you can't. Well, you can't like be prepared to stop dying on 3 days. You have to like, um,
You have to think about just what's gonna happen. Like once you die, what's next? Just.
But at least you'll be happy because you've accomplished stuff that you've always wanted to.
Yeah, but in that time that you know you're going to die, what if there's time that you can't do things that you need to follow through with? Then you'd still die sad, rather than being ignorant and dying happy.
But
That's a
then
good point.
but then you could die like in a happy place that you've always like wanted to be. So you can like travel somewhere and die there. Or
But if you know you're gonna die, you're most likely gonna do what you want to do before you die.
But although you can do what you want to do, will you still be worried? Still be sad, depressed?
Well, you might be worried, but maybe not depressed. Like the whole time.
Yeah.
Okay. An example, not that, but in Flowers for Algernon, Charlie is harassed multiple times by his coworkers, and he doesn't even know it. If he knew, then he could put a stop to it and stop hanging around them in the first place and prevent the whole thing from happening.
However, he was having fun and laughing with them.
But not at
when
the
he was being
end.
harassed.
Yeah, he
And
realized.
he was
what-
sad, and he realized that they were making fun of him.
Because he got smart, he realized that they were making fun of him.
but if he was
And
ignorant,
depressed.
he could have like prevented the whole thing. in the
Yeah,
first
it would have
place.
never happened.
But since he was
He's so
ignorant, he didn't know what was taking place, so he wasn't sad and he didn't hate them or anything like that.
But if he wasn't ignorant in the first place, they wouldn't have made fun of him at all.
No.
And then he wouldn't have been happy from them.
Then they would
In
probably
Charlie's
have been his
point of view.
friends.
Then he probably-
And it says on page 34 that Charlie writes, "Now I know what it means to fool a Charlie Gordon." Which he knew at first, but he would have stopped hanging around them and then he wouldn't have been hurt at the end when he realized they weren't actually his friends.
But then once his intelligence decreased, they were actually his friends then.
Yeah, but he still was depressed and sad.
So Charlie Gordon was usually pretty happy being mentally challenged.
And then grew into depression after the surgery.
But if he was
Not
so
the whole
happy,
time.
if he was so happy at the beginning, why would he want to get the operation so bad?
Yeah, so he must not have been happy. He wanted to be smart.
He wanted to fit in.
Although once he became smart, he started being enlightened to all these new ideas that were kind of disturbing. Maybe people he thought that were his friends were just trying to mess with them.
But it's good that he found that out.
But he got fired because of it.
But he also found Lydia and Miss Kenny.
And then promptly lost her because he grew too intelligent for
Yeah, but it was his choice to leave. So he made that decision.
Because he didn't want people just feeling bad for him or just treating him differently.
Okay. But in the end, when he lost all of his intelligence, he was ignorant again, and that made him sad.
Because people were just pitying him.
Because he was ignorant, and he didn't want that. So he
But
was
then he
sad.
left town because he didn't want people to know what he used to be. So he was trying to be ignorant to the rest of society.
No, that's just because what he used to be. He was just depressed because he used to be smart and no longer was. And also, studies have shown that people with higher IQs have lower EQs. That's emotional quotient, meaning like they don't
Oh well, in society.
Lower EQ basically means they're more sad most of the time.
Yeah, they don't work well with others, so they like to stay home and be by themselves, which could be sad.
they're usually really lonely, and they just can't talk to people well.
He wasn't sad though. He liked hanging out with what he thought were his friends.
Until he got smart.
Yeah, then he became intelligent, and then he didn't like them because they used to be mean to him. So then his EQ kind of went down.
And at the end, he just wanted to be left alone, wanted no one. He just kept Miss Kenny and Dr. Strauss out of his house. Didn't want them coming in. He just was sad, depressed, and isolated because he knew that he was going to become dumb again or lose his mental ability.
And he didn't want to lose it. So when he did, he was sad.
I feel that we've come to the agreement that too much intelligence is bad and not enough intelligence is bad.
Yeah.
You're right in the middle. That's
Yeah.
Then you'll be
That's
happy.
gold.
Good.
If
And
you're too
happy,
intelligent,
intelligent,
usually
and
becomes-
just have friends.
Yeah, if you're too intelligent, you try to use that against people,
against people. Yeah.
and then that's not good.
While Charlie was intelligent, he said that he was very disturbed, and he said that because he grew intelligent, and now that he was intelligent, he couldn't have friends, and Jacob told him to shut up, and
It's not.
and
Alright. So ignorance isn't bliss, and it is at the same time. Sure.
So it's right in the middle.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what I think.
Depends on the expected cases.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It depends.
Yay!
Alright.
Yay!
Good job.